Hello friend. So in another video we will look into how you configure Citrix UBER agent via GPO or central config management. So first look into the GPO. When you in the last video we installed UBER agent on one of the machine and we did configured manually. But now we will look into the GPO. In the same binary, when you install it, you get an file, the GPO addendum template file actually, which you can import into the system in your group policy console actually. So if you remember, we downloaded it before 4.3, and then we have components, and then we have group policy, and then we have backup. So you can import data value of optimized group policy which have some value change for data collection so that you don't fill up your Splunk server with a lot of data, and the default one is here. And then you need an ADM template. You need to import an ADM template into your group policy so that you get those settings which you see in my how you import the templates. There could be many ways according to your environment, but in lab we did it we copied the configuration file into C Windows. I'm on a domain controller. So we go to the policy definition folders, and then here we have copied the UBER template files. Here it is. So and then you will see the GPO settings reflecting for this, and we will look into this. I have already imported the settings for optimized, and I think you can look how you import GPO settings through internet. It's very easy. You can just create one policy and import settings actually, and then point it to the path of the GPO here. And then you will click next, and all the settings will get imported into this. Then you have it. And then you can target these settings. You can look, there are a lot of settings are reflecting. There are some settings in receivers you need to enable it actually. I have not configured it, but yeah, because I don't want to use these settings in the production systems, or I won't recommend doing it until unless you have very hard requirement of doing it. The best way is to use central config file management. But here are the settings which you see. Here we have receiver settings actually. So you can define what will be receiving your the Splunk server details here, root or rest token, and the settings actually. But we don't have to use it. But this is how you get through GPO. But if you don't want to use GPO, and the best recommended way is using CCFM. So let's look into the CCFM now. And it's quite easy. We already know that we have configured one config here actually. We have a working configuration which we copied into my server, into some of the folders. I have to do one share as well. I will talk about the share. So it's in my C drive. Amp uber config. This is one share which I have created actually, and where I have copied the uber config UA archive backup file, the bundle I call it. And you can access it via here. And here's the file. How we create this bundle file actually, it's quite easy. You take one configured package actually, which is like this, and I can do it right here. So I have one config file. I have the working config in one of my directory. Yeah, uber config. This is whole configuration. So the settings you need to, you will fetch all the definitions and configuration from Citrix GitHub, and then you will configure uber.config file. with all the settings where the Splunk servers, and then you will just take that working configuration as your golden configuration, copy somewhere. There are some command you need to use it. You can find those command in Citrix article, and I can do a demo of that actually quickly. So you need to go to the PowerShell actually to run those command. Let's open it up. It's slow a little, but yeah, it's opening. Yeah, the command prompt has opened. Two of them. We move to PowerShell stuff. Oh, there are many opening. And the command we use is called, let me copy in the notepad so we have it. These are very simple command. So we know that we have configuration copied in my C temp, cd temp, cd uber config folder there. If you'll see, I have all the configuration files in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just compress this folder into a one temporary directory. And it is compressing it. We will see this file here very soon. And this is my working config. All the configuration you want to change it, just change it here. And then you will see inside this one folder got created, which is called config tab. And then we will run our another command, which is move then. And then we will see this folder got changed to this. And then this is the file we just needed. And that's what we have copied into our shared directory here. And then now we have created a config, but we need to push this config. Then we will go to our domain controllers. We will create new group policy, which I have already created. CFM Uber config. I will go through with the settings actually. It's quite easy to do this. Then here we need to just configure central configuration path here. I have defined the path for the network share, which is, you don't need to write the file name. It will automatically pick it up. And I have enabled configured through group policy. Nothing else I have configured, just two settings because the rest of the configuration is in my configuration bundle. And then I will place this policy on this my OU where my server is residing. For me, my DDC lab DDC101 server is in DDC01 folder OU, and I have placed this link this policy here. I will go on the server. What I need to do is just in GPO update/force. I've already installed the Citrix UBER 7.4 agent on this. So the agent is there. Right now, if you look, there is no config on this file, this server actually at the moment. It is blank because we haven't done it manual config. So what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to do a GP update/force in the command prompt. And then we will see the log file and we can analyze it what is happening. When you do a GP update/force, it will copy, or you have to wait updating policy. Computer policy has been applied. And then I will go to the service. The service is stopped. So what I will do, I will just start the service. If you want to verify, you can do rsop.msc to verify the setting has come in. But I know the setting has come. I've tested before. So now I'm restarting a Citrix UBER service. Service has, make sure service is restarting. Sorry, started up. There is no problem. If there is some problem, the service will not start. And then I need to look, okay, what is happening actually. First look the log file. So see Windows tab, there is a log file created for Uber agent. You can read this log file and says my config is here and it is got copied to the cache. See the cache directory. So config is not in if you do it manually, you have to have config in C program data configuration, pass limits and Uber agent and configuration folder. But if you use CCFM, the configuration will go to the config cache. And then you can see all the values which has been posted in. There are a lot of settings. Actually, you can read it. If you have some problems, you will see the logs here. This is the only way to troubleshoot it. You have configuration cache temp file as well if you want to read it. Yeah. And then we look, okay, where is my configuration came now when we use CCFM? So it's in vast limits, obey data. It's not here. No, it's not here. It's not manual installation. And it's in config cache. You will see the cache has a folder. The folder name is 2, but if you're doing first time, it will be 1, and it will change. The number will change according to the how many time configuration you will push. 3, 4, 5, 6. It will carry on go up in the series. And then inside this, we have configuration. So this configuration going to extract it from our bundle, and then it is started reporting data to the. That's what is only quick. And this CCFM way you can use on many servers via one GPO. That makes easy. You don't have to do a configuration manually on each machine. That makes it very easy. And this is my Splunk server. Let's see what's happening. But remember, if you have issue, read the log file. You will get total help what is the problem and you will be able to sort it out. Yes, one more point, when you're creating a network share, make sure that network share has access to the machine names, because Uber agent service is running with a system account, not a user account. So if you don't have, if the machine does not have read access to that network share, the configuration will stuck. The Citrix Uber service will not start up. All right, so next video, I will talk about the data we are getting into the Citrix system. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.